Hello. What I want to talk about today is what I think makes a relationship a good one. I've said before in previous videos that I am all about the love. To me, the idea of ending up in the right relationship with the right guy is something I'm really looking to have in my life, something I'm actively looking for, trying to find. It's a goal. So I was thinking about, what makes a relationship good versus, an relationship. And unfortunately, we end up in a lot of relationships, and pretty much most of the ones I see are that way. Like, hate to say it. You date them for a while, and you're just like, I guess they're okay, but it's really not that great. But sometimes you end up in a relationship that actually is really wonderful, and you're happy in it, and it feels like feels right to me. So I was trying to pinpoint how you differentiate between a really good relationship that's right for you and not a good relationship. So this is from my point of view. Everybody has their own idea of what the right relationship is for them, and you need to figure it out for yourself. But these are kind of I'll say the building blocks of the best relationship for me, the relationship I'm looking for. The first thing, anyone who knows me knows this is completely true. Funny ass dude. The guy has got to be funny. If you do not make me laugh, like truly laugh, like I'm crying and I can't breathe, if you can't do that for me, at least once a day, you are not the guy for me. I love to laugh. Laughing is my favorite thing. I love to just crack up, I can't breathe, you're like tears coming down. Oh my gosh, that's what I live for. So I would need a guy who can crack me up, who just is hysterical. Things he says, things he does, it doesn't matter. He's just fucking hilarious. And I'm like, you're so funny. That is probably the biggest turn on for me. Sense of humor. And a guy who's just goofy and silly. Like, he can just, if I'm in a bad mood, he's going to do something weird. Like, let me put the, oven mitt on my head and pretend I'm, a Smurf or so. I don't know. That was a really poor example. But, that's what I'm saying. Like, really goofy, weird shit. Like, I am an extremely goofy person. I'm very silly and playful. And people who know me know this about me. I'm extremely out of the box, unique, goofy, silly, playful kind of person. So I need a guy like that, or else I'm going to get bored. I'm going to lose interest very fast if you can't be goofy with me. If I'm doing something goofy to get your attention, to make you laugh, and you do not play into it and get goofy with me, you are not the one. I want you to be like, she's being goofy, I love it. Like, you find it a turn on. Like, I want a guy who finds my goofy, silly stuff I do fun, hot. Like, he's like, no, I don't know why, but I'm turned on by this. I'm turned on by this chick and whatever weird thing I'm doing. I'm shooting him with, marshmallows, like throwing marshmallows at his face while he's, doing whatever he's doing. And I expect him to retaliate against me for throwing marshmallows at his face by sneaking up on me with, a super soaker full of vodka and shooting me or something. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I want. I want just playfulness and silliness and goofiness, because then it's going to be fun, because then it's not boring. It's not boring. It's going to be someone I can prank. I want to be in prank wars with my boyfriend. We are pranking each other. We are playing jokes on one another. We are teasing one another. Yeah. And we're just cracking each other up. That is the dream. That is the main thing I want. Oh, so I need that. Because to me, this goes into my second point. You got to be with your best friend. And your best friend is the person you have the most fun with, the person who makes you laugh the most, the person who makes you feel the best. They're just no matter what, you just feel good when you're around them. You're just like, this person just is the best time. And you should be with your best friend. You should be dating your best friend. They really are in every way your best friend. That's what you got to look at. Is this person just a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Or are they my best friend? Because best friend, that will last. It will last. If you just see them as oh yeah, they're hot and I like to have sex with them and sometimes we go on dates, that's not going to last. That's not going to make it past 2 years. That's not going to make it. They need to be your best friend. You need to be able to come to them with real issues and they listen to you and they support you. They can put their, They can put their hand on your shoulder and make you feel better. They can talk you through things. They're going to, whatever struggles you face, they're going to face it with you. You're going to fight it together, take it out as a team. Like, they got to be your best friend and your teammate. Like, there's nothing you two can't get through together. They are supportive. They motivate you. And they're just your silly playmate at the same time. Your best friends who also like to have sex. Your best friends who also, you turn each other on. You think they attract you. They turn you on still. That is the best, when you can be with someone who's your best friend who also you find sexy. They turn you on. You turn them on. And you got that lovin' going on, that sexy lovin'. That's the best. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. That's what I want. And also just, that's kind of the person I want to be with. I mean, obviously they need to be loyal. They need to be committed to the relationship, committed to me. They have to see me as, and me see them too, as this amazing part of their life. The part of their life they do not want to lose. Like, you add way too much value to my life for me to ever be without you. They have to see the value you bring to their life, and you see the value they bring to your life. They bring something to the table that nobody else can bring. They maybe are a little different than you, and they teach you something about yourself. They maybe get you outside of the box a little more. You learn something by being with them. Somehow being with them has to make you better. Because, we are trying to find, what makes us happy in life. And that's a journey we got to figure out ourselves. Like, nobody can do that for us. We have to find our own happiness our own way. But you want to be with someone who's going to help you get there, who's going to support your goals and support what you want to do. And, be there to help you through the rough times, be your playmate for the good times, laugh about it. And you definitely want someone who brings out the best in you and the real you, gives you that sense of you can be yourself and not have to put walls up all the time. So that's going a little on the corny side, but it is what it is. And you definitely want to be able to connect with this person in a way you don't connect with anyone else. Physical connection, the chemistry is obviously very good, but you want emotional and mental and maybe even, a spiritual connection with them. And spiritual, I'm not trying to get like that. I mean, spiritual connection, they just, when they're around you, a light turns on and it feels like this bright light when they're in your presence. That's kind of what I'm getting at. They make you feel better about yourself. And, obviously, well, I said physical connection, sexual connection. You definitely want passion in the relationship in everything. You definitely want to keep the passion going. And if it is starting to fade, which happens, as a relationship keeps going over the years, it does kind of fade. So you got to do something to keep it going. I don't want to be in a relationship where we go a week or 2 weeks or, God forbid, a month without having sex. I would prefer to have sex every day if I could, but if that's not doable for whatever reason, minimum, I don't want to ever be, in a relationship or married to someone who we're having sex less than 3 times a week. But if we could do it every day, that's even better. I enjoy that part of a relationship. So the passion needs to stay. And if it's not there, you got to do something to wake it up. You got to do something. Because I don't want to be the only one trying to make the magic happen in the bedroom. And you're just like, I would rather watch, this football game or whatever. No, you got to take care of this girl's needs. And I'll take care of your needs. I'll reciprocate whatever you give to me. Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing that I just said that. But it's okay. Whatever. I don't care. And also the relationship. You want to be in a relationship that naturally progresses. You don't want to rush anything. I don't want to rush anything. You don't want to push to get to the next level if you're not there yet, individually or as a couple. You just got to let the relationship go. Let it ride the wave it's supposed to, where it's supposed to go, and just let the relationship develop and grow at the pace it's meant to. And if you're happy with that person, if you love them and they're good for you, you should be okay doing that. You shouldn't have to push them I want to get a ring or whatever. No, just enjoy the time you have together. You love each other. You're happy together. You have a good time together. That should be all that matters. And just let the relationship grow. Relationships are constantly developing and growing, and you as individuals are each individually growing and developing. So you just gotta let it progress naturally. Just let it happen. Just focus on the love and the feelings you have for each other and the good times you have. Just focus on that and it will take care of itself. Don't overthink it. Don't rush it. Don't push it. That's a big thing for me. And, just this is a big thing for me. Keep your identities. Do not, when people combine their names, like say I'm dating some guy named John and like we combined our names to, actually this is a really poor example because I can't think of, Man John. That was a really poor example. I wish I'd picked a different name, but it's too late now. When they combine the names and it's like the couple, it's not, Mandy and John anymore. It's like the two of them are the same person. And that's not good. Do not do that. I don't want a guy to ever glom on to me that his identity becomes part of my identity. You're still John. I'm still Mandy. We just love each other and we want to be together because we know we have a good thing going. You still are John and you like your activities and your hobbies and I have my hobbies and hopefully your hobbies become things I like to do and things I like to do become things you enjoy as well. Like we do things together, we take an interest in each other's interests and we form mutual interests and maybe new interests neither of us have ever tried before. That's like ideal. We try new experiences together and we find things that we like, that we never knew we liked before, and we discover that with one another. We do it for the first time, and it becomes something we do all the time now. But keep your identity. If you John Doe likes to I don't know, play cricket, and I don't like to play cricket, John still play cricket. He should still be playing cricket. He can do it without me. You shouldn't be with someone who's holding you back from anything. I mean, if, activities you want to do or hobbies you want to try, you should still be able to do them. And if you're with someone who has a problem with that, you're with the wrong person. They should be okay with you, going out with your friends without them if they don't want to go. They should be okay with you, doing something that you truly enjoy doing, that you're passionate about, and not get mad at you if they're either don't want to be involved or for some reason can't be. Like, they shouldn't get angry at you about that. You don't have to have the same interests. And honestly, to me, being different is a good thing in a relationship. You don't want to be with someone who's exactly like you. That's going to get boring fast, and there's not going to be a spark. You need someone who's different than you, where, it's a learning experience. You want someone who has the same values as you, maybe the same, vision, the same vision for the future, just same ideals, but there's a lot of things you don't want to be the same with. You want to be a little different than them. Sorry, my foot is cramping up. You want to be a little different from them. And I think differences can be good. If you're more of an outgoing person and you're dating someone who's maybe a little more afraid to go talk to strangers, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. That you can learn to be that they can learn to be more bold by being with you. You definitely want to be with someone that there is a learning experience to it. They're teaching you something about yourself that you didn't know before. They're, helping you discover more about yourself by being with them. And that you want to keep discovering and learning things together because you want to be able to grow together. You don't want to outgrow one another or go in different directions. That is just bad. So you want to make sure you're going down the same path, but you're still learning and growing together. That's what you want to do. And if you're with someone who doesn't want to develop or grow, and you do, that's not good. So make sure the person has the same vision and values as you, but, make sure they're also different. It's going to get boring. That's how I feel. Yeah, and those were pretty much my main things, just someone you have the best time with, someone who treats you very well, is good to you, and is committed to making the relationship work and willing to put in the work. And you never have to worry, do they still care about me? Because they're happy to show you they appreciate you and love having you in their life. And that's important because you never want to question the person you're with. You want to be able to trust the person you're dating. That you can trust them, that they love you still, and that they're gonna have your back. So you definitely want that. And like I said, best friend, you want that. For me, someone who's silly and ridiculous as I am and doesn't see me as like, wow, she's really fucking awkward. Like, why am I dating her? They think, oh, that is the cutest thing. You know, she's being adorable, whereas most people be like, gosh, that's really weird. So I definitely need a certain kind of guy, or else they're like, what is this? So, and on a closing note for me is one thing with relationships that's really important to me is, you know, I said before, letting the relationship develop naturally and letting the relationship go down the pathway it's meant to, you know, go down in the way it's supposed to. And one thing for me about relationships that has changed as I've gotten older is it's not so much about marriage to me anymore. It's more about the love. It's more about the quality of the relationship. And what I say is, if getting married or, you know, having kids or whatever it is going to mess up the relationship and destroy that love, then don't do it. Don't do it. You can be in a committed relationship with someone the rest of your life and never get married, because maybe marriage isn't for you too. Maybe as soon as you get married, it's gonna F it up. And if that's the case and you're with someone you really love and really want to be with, but you feel, both of you know, that marriage is just not going to be the right thing for you two, then don't do it. If having kids is not going to be the right thing for you, don't do it. It's your own love story. You don't have to follow what other people want you to do. People's like, well, you've been together 10 years. You really should be married. If both of you are okay with not being married, then don't do it. If you think that getting married or whatever it is going to change the relationship so much that it's going to ruin it, then don't do it. That's how I feel. Marriage is, you know, it is unfortunately more legal contract. Marriage does not make it love. You can love someone just as much and not be married to them than if you got married. I mean, there's a lot of married people who don't love each other. There really are. And then there's people who've never been married. They've been together 20 years and they love each other more than anything in the world. It's not about marriage to me. Who cares? Like, it just, whatever works for you. If getting married and having 8 kids works for you, do it. And you can still love each other and still have a good relationship, do it. If not getting married, and you know, and it is the thing for you, and you can, that's the way to be happy and in love with each other, do it. If getting married and not having kids is the way for you guys, then do that. So I guess what I'm trying to say, my foot keeps cramping up like crazy. Holy crap. Write your own love story. Do it the way you want to do it. Do what's best for you as a couple, you as individuals, whether it's getting married or not getting married, or waiting. I mean, definitely wait. You don't want to settle down before you two have figured out who you both are as individuals and you figured out, you know, what you want your life to look like. Figure that out first. You know, you got to figure out, both, you know, you and the person you're with have to each figure out what you want, who you want to be, and then make sure, you know, your paths align. And if they do, and you've gone through that growth phase and you're together and everything's good, then, you know, don't rush to the next step. Don't rush it. Just enjoy the love, enjoy the fun you're having, enjoy the relationship and keeping it strong. Don't bring any other level of commitment into the relationship before you're ready. And if you think that's going to ruin the relationship for whatever reason, you don't have to answer to anyone why you're not getting married. Say it's just not for, if it's just not for us, or for whatever reason we think that marriage would ruin what we have. It would create a problem in the, you know, money or something. It would just create a problem for us. That's why we're not doing it. That's fine. And if anyone gives you shit for that, like, screw you. Like, we just want to be happy. We just want to be together. We're committed to one another. We don't need to be married for that to be real. Like, it is real. You know, it's not like the relationship is only real when you're married. I mean, you're still committed. You still love each other. That's all that matters. I mean, get married if you want to. Absolutely. But if for whatever reason that's not going to work for you two, don't do it. Or if it's maybe not a big wedding, just do a small wedding. Do what's right for you two individually as a couple. And for me, I don't know. I'm not in that relationship yet. But when I'm in, I will compromise, and whoever I'm with, based on how we both are, we will figure it out. Maybe we will get married. Maybe we won't. Maybe we will have kids. Maybe we won't. It doesn't matter. If I'm really with someone that I really want to be with and we have a really good thing and they're right for me, I'm going to do whatever is right for us as a couple. And I'm not going to let anyone else dictate what my love story has to look like or what storyline it has to follow or what time frame it needs to follow. If I want to wait, if we want to be together 5 years before we get married or 10 years before we get married, but we're still committed and love each other during that time, I don't give a shit if you think it's wrong. Like, he's not committing to you. I'm like, he is committed to me. We're just not married. It's fine. That's just how I feel. And I know a lot of girls don't agree with that. And some guys may say, "Oh yeah, she says that," but I'm being completely honest here. And that's how I feel. I've seen too many wonderful relationships get destroyed because they got married too soon, or they just weren't ready, or just marriage wasn't for them. And it's a shame because they were a wonderful couple, and they ruined it by doing something that wasn't right for them, or doing something that might have been right for them later down the road, but not quite yet. I've seen it happen too many times, and that's why I've changed, my outlook on these things. Just let the relationship progress naturally. Don't rush anything. Just take it as it comes. Just keep loving each other, treat each other well, be goofy, have a great time. That's what I want for me. And just see where it takes us, and as long as we're committed and love each other, that's really all that matters to me. That really is really all that matters to me, and I wouldn't want to do anything or rush anything that would F that up. It's about love. It's not about marriage. It's not about any of those relationship benchmarks that we think that we need to do. Just focus on what you got, the connection you got, and you'll be fine. So that's the relationship I want. To me, that's what makes a relationship a good one for me. That really describes what I'm looking for, what I want. And it's not a science. You just know when you know, and if you have a good thing going, you just know. So I'm going to find it. It's out there, and I'm excited to find it. So keep looking for love, people. Keep looking for the right one. Don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. I certainly won't. See you later.